What's up, Affordable Armory folks? How y'all doing? Today I got a cool optic for you. It's the Swampfox Sentinel. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below for me so you'll find out when future videos come out. And don't forget, down below in the description there is a link to my affiliates page. If you make a purchase at any of those links, it helps support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so before I get too deep into this, I do want to thank Rider's Range for telling me about this optic. If you have not subscribed to his channel, please go do so because he has awesome videos, and including one on this optic as well as a couple of their other optics. But anyway, he did email me when he saw my video about the Romeo Zero that I was slightly disappointed in. He told me about Swampfox and this optic, and then not only did he do that, but when they were having a sale for Black Friday through Cyber Monday, he emailed me about that. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I ordered this optic from them, got a really good deal on it, and I'm going to go ahead and check it out. So here on the box, we've got the manual brightness adjustment. They do make two versions of this. There is an auto brightness adjustment one. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $30 more, something like that. But it's a 3 MOA red dot, and the lens diameter, it's a black. Battery life, 12,000 hours active or 50,000 hours in sleep mode. So that's pretty cool. Very, very good battery life. Always on, always ready. That's their motto, I guess. I don't know. So, see clearly, move fast, strike hard. All right, maybe they have another motto. So, shake and wake. That's important right there. So this thing will go to sleep, but then as soon as you go to grab it, the red dot will come awake. That's how you get 50,000 hours of battery life. All right, so that's pretty good. Digital brightness, digital button brightness adjustment, subcompact pistol cut footprint. So if you had to guess what gun you think this was going to go on, I may have already mentioned it earlier, but Springfield Hellcat. And there is the Romeo Zero that's on it currently, soon to be replaced by this. Let's open it up. Okay, so little foam packaging in the top there. You got this looks to be the adhesive that goes on the bottom, shaped like the optic. You got two batteries. Now, I don't know what that's about, but you've got two batteries and they're different sizes. I'm going to have to read the manual and figure out what that's about. Hey, Swampfox sticker, yay! I love when companies include stickers. This will go on the safe, just same place that I put all the other stickers. But awesome job, Swampfox. I forgot to mention this. They also do a military and law enforcement discount. I'm not sure how much it is, but I'm told it's pretty significant. Again, I bought this on a Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale, but they do offer a very, very nice discount to LE and military. Okay, so you have some sort of, yep, that's probably the manual. Okay. Gonna look at that later. Swampfox support. So go to this website if you have questions or require support basically. All right, cool. You got a cleaning cloth. All right, now we're to the nuts and bolts. So pull this guy out and literally the bolts. I didn't mean for it to happen like that, but there you go. Look at all those screws. Okay, the Romeo Zero came with two sets of screws. Two for the Sig Sauer 365 XL and two for literally every other gun. And if you go back and watch my video review of that optic on my this gun, Springfield Hellcat, you will recall that the screws that are meant for every other gun do not work on the Hellcat. I had to go out and buy a new set of screws that were the right length, or file down the screws that were included, and I didn't want to do that. So anyway, this comes with like a whole bunch of different screws, and so I'm gonna have to read the manual and see which screws that I need. But awesome, awesome, awesome that they include all of these in the box. Good job, Swampfox. Okay, what else do we have in here? You've got your adjustment tool, as well as it looks like your installation tool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They got like their logo thing going on right there, and then looks like a there you go. It looks like a star bit on that end, and maybe a different star bit on that end. I don't know. Again, I'll read the manual and figure that out, but it's a pretty cool looking tool. And what was in here? Ah, okay, there you go. There's a flathead on that end and another flathead on that end. Again, most likely for adjusting the optic when you're zeroing it. Now, we'll pull it out, and you've got a protective covering for it, which is cool. I will probably never use it, but, you know, it's there. And here is the optic itself. So, right off the bat, Swampfox logo on one side. You've got an up button there, and then on the other side, your down button. And again, as I mentioned, this is the manual brightness. Now, there is an auto brightness, and it does not have these buttons on there. All right, there is your elevation adjustment. There is your windage adjustment and the Swampfox logo. Swampfox logo on the top there. So battery goes on the bottom. Nice looking optic. I already like this better. And just so you know, there's no magazine in the gun, and the gun is clear. So in case anyone was wondering. All right. So compared to the Romeo Zero. All right. You want to look at size there. Looks like the Swampfox is just a little bit bigger. Okay, you got a slightly larger window. It's a little taller. As far as width, really won't know until, I guess you could do that. They're about the same width, so it should fit flush with the slide, the same as the Romeo Zero does, if I don't drop the optic. But the big thing here is this is made out of metal, whereas this is made out of polymer, and I really like that. And again, it's a little bit larger window. This is a 3 MOA dot versus this is a 6 MOA dot. Although they do make the Romeo Zero in a 3 MOA. I just happen to have the 6 MOA version. So that's pretty cool. Now, you do not have to purchase this. However, when I bought it, it came as a bundle deal, and this is the Ironside's shield. They make this for both versions of this optic, as well as for some of their larger optics. So if you order one of their full-size micro red dots for like your Glock 19s and such, they make them for that too. And again, here's your support card, and this is the shield. So this thing is exactly what it sounds like. It shields the optic. So you take your optic and slide it in there like so, and then you mount that to the gun. Alright, just like that. So now, not only is the optic already metal housed, but now you have this buffer to provide a little bit extra protection, and I really like that. This one being the manual, it has a cutout so that you can still access the controls. The other one, it's a full covering shield. So pretty cool. I'm going to install this now, so I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Oh, hey, I just noticed this. These screws actually came with the shield. So inside of here, they give you more screws, and I'm guessing that's because if you add the shield on, it's going to change the dimensions just slightly, so you might need a little bit longer screw. Okay, there it is. The optic is mounted. I can't show that on YouTube because I think they consider that gunsmithing, and for whatever reason, they frown on gunsmithing. I don't know why. Gunsmithing has been a trade for, several hundred years at this point. And what's wrong with a trade? It's like if I show you how to, I don't know, tie your shoes. well, people have been tying their shoes for however long. I don't know. I don't understand it, but anyway, they don't like it. So read your instructions if you want to know how to mount it, or maybe find someone else who does show you. But anyways, there it is. It's mounted, and there you can see the dot. Um, it obviously looks a little washed out. That's just how the camera is, but I've got it on one of the lower brightness settings. You can see the dot. It is nice and clear, and even though there is no notch in the rear to use the front sight, I think you still could use that front sight. I mean, I can essentially line up my rear sight with my front sight. Right there, I can still see my front sight. That's pretty dang close. So, what do I think about this thing so far? Um, I think I'm gonna take this off. That thing is huge. Now, I mean, it's not much larger than the optic itself, but it just looks a little over the top. And the fact that it's already a 7076 aluminum or whatever the heck, I'm not a metallurgist, guys, but it says it somewhere in the manual. It's it's your standard military grade metal, whatever. I don't know. It's a metal optic versus the Romeo Zero, which was a plastic optic. So I don't think this is really all that necessary, and it kind of looks funky. Cool idea, but just not really necessary. I'm gonna probably take it off. One last thing I want to talk about. In the manual here, it says comes with. So screws should be included with the slide or mounting plate. However, Sentinel comes with 3 sets of screws in the most common thread sizes, and they are these: M4 by 0.7 with 10.1 millimeter effective length for your Canic, M4 0.7 7.5 effective length for your Springfield Hellcat, and M3 by half 12 millimeters for your Sig 365 XL. However, I want to point something out, and Swampfox, if you're watching this, maybe you can answer this question for me, or maybe you can fix it. But I wanted to note something. So, between the optic itself and the shield casing that I bought, I got a total of 4 sets of screws. So we've got M4 by 7, 8.6 millimeter. What? Where is 8.6 millimeter? That's not in there. I have 7.5. I will tell you right now, these are the ones that I put into the optic for my Springfield Hellcat. So I don't know if this is a misprint here or if they sent me the wrong screws, but these screws are what I used and they work. And I knew they would because they're the same size screws that I used on the Romeo Zero to get it to work. So just wanted to point that out. The other sets are, there is your 12 millimeter, which is the one on the bottom there. There is your 10 millimeter, which is not 10.1. And then the ones that came with the shield are the 10.1. So I don't know. Again, Swampfox, if you want to explain that one, why I got mismatching screws, why I did not get the exact screws that you said were included in here. The ones that came with the optic for me were a 10 millimeter, not a 10.1, an 8.6 or whatever that was, 8.4, not a 7.5. And then I did get the M3 by 0.5, 12 millimeter. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. If you guys have that issue, if you are trying to mount this to your Springfield Hellcat, it is not a 7.5 millimeter. It is 8.6 millimeter, and they do work. And here it is, the Swampfox Sentinel, mounted on my Springfield Hellcat. Stay tuned for the follow-up where I go shoot this and zero it in and let you know what I think about how it compares to the Romeo Zero. I can already tell aesthetically it's much better. It's a metal housing instead of polymer. The red dot is easy to pick up. I like the buttons being on the side rather than in the middle. and it mounted with the screws that came with it. So there you go. It already is beating the Romeo Zero. Now let's see if it outperforms the Romeo Zero. As always, head over to affordable-armory.com. That's where the blog lives. That's where all of our social media links are. That's where all of our affiliate links are, so you can save yourself some money on something you were going to buy anyway and help support the channel. And we've got cool merch there. We just redid the merch website, so check it out. We've got coffee mugs and stickers. Stickers. That's pretty cool. It's something I wanted for a long time. Got those now. So check it out. And again, support the channel. See you next time.